guys, it is about 8:15 on Tuesday. I don't think I filmed yesterday. I don't know. Anyway, I was pretty productive. I should have filmed. I baked 2 loaves of pumpkin zucchini bread with zucchini from my garden and pumpkin from my garden, and it's a vegan recipe, really yummy. I'll link it for you in the space below. If I forget, let me know, because it's a really good recipe. And then I was looking at my batch of tomatoes, and I had a bunch of random little, like a few cherry tomatoes, a few of these things called black crims, a few of my white tomatoes, a few of my burdock tomatoes, and they're all they're not ones that would be good for making salsa or anything because they get too soft. And so I just took those and threw them in a pot, and not a huge pot like I did last week, and I just made a couple of jars of pasta sauce to put in the refrigerator. I didn't take it through the whole canning process. I just was, didn't want to do that with 2 jars of pasta sauce. So anyway, I did that, and then what else did I do? I know I did something else. Oh, I roasted the rest of the pumpkins that I had. I had about 8 of them, those little ones, and I took the seeds out, and then I made roasted pumpkin seeds, and I roasted the pumpkins and made puree, and so I have a couple more batches of puree, and then I used some of that and made that the bread. So I was pretty busy yesterday doing stuff like that. But anyway, so today I am heading up to Flagstaff, and whenever I go up to Flagstaff, I just fill the day with all kinds of stuff. So I'm meeting my mom to do some kind of fun stuff. She's been telling me these stories about certain things that they have in their house. Like there's this one necklace, and it has some little marks on it that you would just look at and think they were kind of little tiny dents in this locket, but they're actually teething marks from my grandmother when she was a baby, that her mother was wearing the necklace, and that my grandmother was chomping on it. And so so there are just some other things, and I said to my mom, I said, because she said, well, remember, this is from this person, and this is the blah blah blah. And I said, you know what, well, I'm never going to remember all this stuff. So what we're doing today is we're going to go through the house, and I'm going to take pictures of different things, and then she's going to tell me the story, and I'm going to write that down, so that when my parents are gone and different things are distributed to, my nieces and nephews, or my brothers, or me, or whatever, that every item somebody gets will have the story that goes with it. So I think that's going to be kind of cool, because, even though I don't think about like selling stuff like this, when you watch shows like Antique Roadshow or Pickers, if you've ever seen that show, the items are always worth more money if they have a story behind them. And so I just thought, not that anyone, I hope nobody in my family wants to sell these things, but I just think that it will have more value, more sentimental value to anyone in our family if they know the story behind it. So we're going to do that. My dad had his pacemaker battery replaced yesterday, which I don't even know how they do this. My dad is 100% dependent on his pacemaker, like every single beat. If it stopped working, my dad's heart would no longer beat, not at all. And so how they switch out a battery and not, you say, oh yeah, they probably hook him up to whatever in between, but how do they keep his heart from completely stopping while they're making that transition? I don't know, but it went well. And so I'm gonna go visit him today. I did not get a chance to go see him last week, and so I'm gonna go and spend some time with him. I am possibly going to look a little funny later today because I'm going to the dermatologist, and I'm getting Botox injections on my forehead and a filler on my upper lip. And so I brought some makeup stuff because I will get some bruising on my upper lip. And I just have these lines, these wrinkles that bug me. And so about once a year I go and get some filler. And then on my forehead I have lots of lines, and so I don't go and get get it done every 3 months or whatever. I think the last time I got my forehead done was probably 8 months ago. But I also have my right eyebrow tends to fall, and it sits lower than the other one, and it's just an amazing thing that she can put one little injection underneath the eyebrow and it makes the eyebrow lift up, and so that it's even with the other one. So I got a freelance check the other day, and it was pretty good sized check, and so I'm using part of it to pay for those things. It's just something I do to make myself feel better. So don't hate on me if you're not into cosmetic procedures. Anyway, so I'm doing that, and then also, you guys, I'm going to see the pain specialist again. My jaw has been doing so good. I mean, it's been getting, I don't walk around with a constant ache on the side of my face, and I don't, I usually feel a little weird in my jaw every day, but not like this constant throbbing ache. And on Sunday, I was eating an apple, not like biting into the whole thing, but I had slices. And I bit into it on this side, that's the good side, and it torqued something over here, and I felt like I had a bolt of electricity going through the side of my face. And so I'm, so I've been, like, my ears all congested again, and the muscle swollen, and it's aching again, so, anyway, so I'm gonna go. I was able to get an appointment to see her this afternoon. I was happy that I was able to get it on a day that I was already gonna be up there. And so anyway, I have some other errands to run. I'm going to Michael's. Michael's is one place that I really miss since we moved, because I never realized how often I went over to Michael's and just picked up a little thing here and a little thing there. But I found this really cute wreath project it's a fall wreath for indoors, and so I want to get the stuff for that, so I'll show you that stuff. I will do so. Oh, I wanted to let you know too, I hacked off my bangs this morning. Not too much, I took off about an inch. I just got sick of it. My hair has been looking so stupid with the humidity, and growing my bangs out I thought would be a good thing, a good way of handling the humidity, that I wouldn't have all this, curly stuff up here. But what I've been finding is that I get these really weird, I don't know, just kind of weird waves up here at the top, and without bangs it's super noticeable. And so I just got up this morning and kind of combed my hair forward, my bangs area, and twisted them. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but you comb them forward, you twist them, and then keep it twisted and cut it, and then it kind of falls nicely. I didn't cut it as short as I would actually like it to be, because I have a hair appointment in 2 weeks, and my hairstylist hates it when I cut my own hair. So I didn't cut it very short. I just took enough off that it's not going to drive me crazy, but I'm happy with it already. Hi guys, it's Thursday, about 10 minutes to 12. I'm going to meet my friend for lunch, and in town here. I'm not driving to Flagstaff, so this is a new friend. John actually knew this couple from years ago, like before we even met, and they have lived in Camp Verde for a long time, and so we've gotten together a few times to do things, like the four of us, but she and I have never gotten together, just the girls. And I had suggested it to her on 4th of July, actually. I said maybe, it'd be kind of fun if we did a girl thing. And so anyway, she suggested it the other day. We're going to a little place called JT's Bistro, which is a place in town that I really like. I like the food a lot. I have mixed feelings about the restaurant. It's only been open, well, let's see, we've lived here 10 months. It opened after we moved here, so maybe it's been open 9 months, but anyway, it's kind of quirky. Like inside, clearly they didn't finish decor, and so it's kind of just like lacking in ambiance. And sometimes you'll go and sit down and there'll be like no music playing, you know, so it's just completely dead silent. And then other times you go in, they have one waitress. Another time we went in, it was Mother's Day, and they were having a Mother's Day buffet, and we weren't really interested in having the buffet. And then we said, you know, can we still order off the menu? And the girl said, well, you can, but it might be like an hour before you get served. Forget it. So it's kind of quirky that way. Like they're just trying to work the kinks out. But the food that I've had there has been really good. And so yeah, I was excited to be going there today. I didn't film yesterday. And did I film the day before that? I don't know. I don't know. Life hasn't been seeming very exciting. I mean, yesterday I made two jars of pickles because I had a couple of extra cucumbers, and then I had some really, really ripe tomatoes, not the kind that I can use in salsa, which I need to make more of when my San Marzanos ripen up, but some other ones. So I made a couple of jars of marinara sauce, and gosh, did I do more stuff? That's kind of how it's going with my garden. As things are ripening up, I just need to like quick make some stuff so it doesn't spoil on me. And and like I said, I have a big pile of green San Marzanos that I had to harvest, you remember, because the slugs were getting them. And my San Marzanos are gone now. I picked everything off of them and pulled them out of the ground. They weren't producing blossoms anymore, and I quite frankly was just sick of them. And so I pulled those out. Still have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tomatoes, 8 that are still in the ground and still producing some stuff slowly. So I'm giving a lot of stuff away these days. A guy at worship rehearsal last night, he cooks. He's the cook in their family, and so he and I talk about recipes and stuff, and I brought him some vegetables a few weeks back, and so anyway, he said, you know, if you have any green tomatoes that you want to send my way, I'd love to make some fried green tomatoes, so I'm gonna pick some for him for Sunday. I got another actually 2 freelance projects assigned to me. One of them was assigned to me about a week ago, and I've been sort of dragging my feet on it because it's not a very big project, and it's not due until the first week of September, so it's kind of gonna wait until Friday, tomorrow, to get started. And then last night, I got an email from another editor at the same company who said, hey, I've got this project for you. Do you want to write it? Here's the time schedule. And so when I looked at the schedule, I thought, shoot, yes, I do want to take this project. It's actually, I've written grade 4 and grade 5 for this project, and this one is grade 6. So I understand the whole project, and I don't have to sit there and try to wrestle with it and get my brain around it, because I know what the project is. It's just at a different grade level. So absolutely wanted to take the project, but then I went, crap, I gotta finish this other one first. Okay, so it's about 7 o'clock. I'm walking down to my neighbor's house. She's having a wine tasting party. I kind of get the feeling that it's like I don't know, like a Pampered Chef party, but with wine. And it's all girls. So it'll be fun. Should be fun. I hope it's not like a hard sell. We don't have a lot of wine at our house. Some, and we certainly don't buy expensive wine. So I have no idea what this will be like. Hi guys, it's Friday and it's around 11:30. I'm just coming back from giving blood. I was contacted by United Blood Services. They were saying that my blood type was needed. My blood type is B negative, and it's the second rarest kind of blood. And so, you know, I mean, O negative is a universal donor, so people who have B negative blood could receive that if they needed it. But anyway, they're always looking for blood donations, and I haven't given in a long time. So when I was contacted about this probably a month ago, I set up a few appointments because there was a donation spot in Camp Verde today. There's another in October, because I can't give again until October, and that is also in Camp Verde. And then I think I signed up for one more in December that is also somewhere right around here. They seem to come to this area fairly frequently, so I thought, you know, small town, easy to get there. My schedule is usually pretty flexible, and so I did that. It took actually from the time that they put the needle in my arm to the time they were taking it out, it was 7 minutes, and I was maybe there, I think I was there for an hour total, because they have to do some stuff ahead of time, check your iron level, check your blood pressure, and you know, your temperature and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I would just encourage you to consider that. You know, I haven't been a person who has consistently given blood, but there was a period of time in my life years ago where I started to give blood, and I did that because I hated needles, and I wanted to get over being bothered by needles. And so I thought, well, the best way to do that is just to purposely go and get a needle stuck in my arm periodically. So I started to give blood, and then it became no big deal after that. But yeah, it has been a while. Well, it's probably been 2 years since I've given blood, and I just have decided that I'm going to do it every couple of months if I can. I mean, why not? You know, simple little thing, and it could help save somebody's life. So there you go. I'm almost home, got some freelance work to do, and yeah, I picked up another couple of projects, even more than what I told you before. So I'm very excited about that. And but I'm just going to have a kind of a tight schedule in the next couple of weeks, because I'm trying to get ready for, oh, no. Last night, I mean, I used my time really well, and I got both of my classes for fall. 2 of the 3 classes for fall, I got them all prepped. Those are the ones that start in August. I have one other that starts in October, and so I'll have to work on that one later. But got that set up, so now I just need to juggle a few projects at the same time while I finish one, and then that doesn't really make any sense, but it's going to make for kind of a busy next couple of weeks, but beyond that it will be fine. Hey guys, I have to show you this. I just finished making this wreath. These are pom-poms, all different sizes, and it's made with obviously a variety of different kinds of yarn, different shades. Some of the yarns have like little sparkles in them. I can prop it up for you. I think it turned out really cute. I saw this as an idea on the michaels.com website, and it was called a fall pom-pom wreath. And so I thought that it would be cute to hang as an indoor wreath for fall, but I also think it looks kind of like snowballs, and so I think I might hang it for just kind of from the fall all the way through Christmas. I think it's kind of pretty, super easy to make, takes a lot of yarn. It definitely uses up a lot of yarn, but I think it turned out really, really cute. Hi guys, it's Sunday morning. Gosh, it's super bright. We're on our way over to church, but I'm going to show you something in a minute here. Last night we went up to Flagstaff. There's a girl that we know. She is in a band in Nashville, and anyway, she comes out once a year. When we left last night to head up to Flagstaff, it started to rain so hard that twice, wow, that's where it came across. It started to rain so hard that twice we had to stop and just pull over and just sit. It was raining really hard in Flagstaff. The show was outside, although it was under a tent, so that was interesting. We got back last night around 9:30, and I'm going to show you up here what we encountered on the road. It was like the rain hit the mountain over here and then just flooded across this road that takes us down to our house. And the 4 houses at the top of our street, their yards got flooded and went from one yard, dumped into the next yard, into the next yard, into the next yard. Thank goodness they're irrigation properties, so that the houses are actually lifted up, and then there's a, you know, kind of a basin around the house to hold the water. But so much overflow, or so much came down that it overflowed from one yard into the next, into the next. So I actually, we had, there was clearly what we call a microburst, which is like, I don't know, almost like a little spot of a tornado or something. It can uproot trees and stuff like that. But our big trash can got thrown out into the middle of our yard, and some branches came off of a tree and all of that. So I'm going to show you up here where some of the water washed across the road and brought rocks in, and it was just absolutely crazy. That's not, yeah, that's not irrigation. That is from flooding. But it flooded this yard and the one on the other side of the one that we just showed you. Okay, so here is one of them. This one, the water washed from over there. You can see all of the rocks in the road, and that just all washed down here from over there. Okay, because of the storm, half of our electricity at the church is knocked out. We don't have air conditioning. We do have some lights. We don't have a sound system, so we're going acoustic. It's a half hour before church is starting, and John is not doing drums. He's playing congas, as you can see over there. One guy went home to get an acoustic bass guitar, and all the other instruments are going acoustic. We were just practicing our vocals out in the lobby, and it's just going to be an acoustic service. Okay, we just finished the second service. They ditched the song at the end of service, so we didn't have to stay till the end of the second one. My hair is like a wet mop laying on the back of my neck. It's very hot. It's 100 degrees outside right now, and the church had no air conditioning in the sanctuary. There was a little in the hallways, I think. They have like 3 ways that power gets into the building, and one of them went down, and so that one was air conditioning, and some of the, I didn't really understand the rhyme or reason behind what got power and what didn't, but we had enough to run one screen with words for the music for people. We did not have any microphones or instruments that were amplified, and there was one microphone hooked up to a, I don't know, little speaker kind of a thing for the speaker for the pastor, and other than that, it was kind of dark. There were just very few lights in there. Interesting day. It's not all over Camp Verde. It's just happened to the church property, but definitely as a result of last night's storm.